Not only is this a huge matchup, but the WoW World title is on the line. This is main event time, David, and I'm not a meteorologist, but we just heard from Tormenta, and it sounds like the storm is coming.
Well, Penelope Pink earned this shot 2 weeks ago here on WoW Women of Wrestling when she took out the Classmaster and Santana Garrett. Or should I say Lana Star took out Santana Garrett with that pop of the mirror. And then Penelope Pink was able to score the pin over the former champion, the Classmaster. And Nigel, Lana Star is sitting on something tonight. She wants 2 title championships, the tag and the single, in her house, back on her mantle.
So, everyone saw a few weeks ago how Santana broke my mirror when it saw her reflection in it. And everyone saw how Penelope Pink outsmarted Classmaster. And Penelope Pink has defeated Tormenta before. So, after tonight, Penelope Pink will be the 2-time WoW World Champion. And I, once again, will be the greatest manager in professional wrestling, having both the tag team champions and the WoW World Champion under my fabulous reign.
Stand up. It's Pink.
Time for talking is over. The internationally known and respected Tormenta, the WoW World Champion, making her way down to the ring. A successful title defense some weeks ago against Paola Mayfield. And just a few weeks ago, the #1 contender was deemed Penelope Pink, David, as you mentioned just a few seconds ago, by taking out Santana Garrett and the Classmaster, no matter how much controversy was involved. By the way, we didn't hear from Santana tonight, but I hope she's doing well at home. Take a look, David. There's the world champion, Tormenta.
One thing about Tormenta, she didn't care who won. She would have taken on the Classmaster, she would have taken on Santana, and she's got Pink, and she doesn't care.
Introducing first, accompanied to ringside by the fabulous Lana Star, from America's Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, Penelope Pink.
There's the competitor, Pink.
And her opponent, from Guadalajara, Mexico, your WoW World Champion, Tormenta.
Tormenta, the fans here in Las Vegas love her.
The sound is deafening. One of WoW's most endearing superheroes has been having one heck of a year, and the fans love it. They love to see the world champion, a fighting champion, who's putting this title on the line. Julio Rodriguez, your official for this contest. David, if Pink wins tonight, she will join the company of Terry Gold and the Beast to become 2-time champion. Only 2 other champions have been able to accomplish that. And to boot, if she was able to do that, she'd be the only 2-time champion that had a tag title reign as well. Tormenta showing her power, though, shoving Penelope Pink and that fast mouth down to the canvas.
And Tormenta, having made history, being the first Mexican world champion of WoW.
There's no doubt about it, carrying the WoW World Championship with pride. Tormenta going for a kick, Penelope Pink blocks, and these two, well, have been to the top of the mountain. Tormenta currently still there. Penelope Pink wants to achieve that status once again. And you know these competitors have been watching tape, studying each other, especially Penelope Pink, who desires that championship more than a breath itself.
Sunset flip by Tormenta, and there she goes for the pin.
Tormenta going for that back elbow. Catches Penelope Pink and wow! Sends the challenger down with the thud to the canvas. Tormenta, what a splash from the second rope on Penelope Pink. Shoulders up on the count of 2. Penelope Pink, a lot at stake tonight, David. You have to think that Lana Star and Pink have been training day in and day out. Penelope Pink has told anybody who listens that she's the best damn thing in WoW and has been looking for the opportunity. Wow! What a face buster to Tormenta.
The masked warrior in trouble. She's signaling to the referee that she's hurt. We're gonna have a stoppage of the match, I believe. Tormenta is hurt. She is hurt. The champion is down. The champion is down. Tormenta is injured.
Well, wrestling's not ballet now as Tormenta laying down on the canvas. Julio Rodriguez, the official, checking with Tormenta, making sure she can still compete in this main event. Tormenta, who is grabbing her back now. And what's on my mind is, did the champion come back too soon? She just had to rehab her shoulder, and now the main event hangs in serious doubt. The champion could very much be in trouble.
Tormenta, who is asking the referee for a break. Penelope Pink is ruthless in continuing the action. And she's here looking at the belt, giving it a kiss, saying it's gonna be hers. Tormenta is damaged. Tormenta is injured. Let's not forget, Reina Del Rey took her out many, many months ago and took that shoulder out with a maneuver that caused the ambulance to come here to ringside. Tormenta is in pain.
Tormenta mentally and internally struggling in the middle of the ring, but that's the heart of a champion, David.
Penelope Pink sliding back into the ring, and now she's rolling up Tormenta. 1 count.
Tormenta not gonna go down that easy, David.
Tormenta reaching down. The intense little fortitude of Tormenta being shown right now as that back, you can see her grimacing in the pain of that back, the right side of the back. The champion is in trouble.
Tormenta now back up on her feet, David, and there for a second I didn't think we would see that in this matchup. Tormenta moves out of the way. Wait a second, sunset flip right on the corner. Tormenta 1 second away from retaining the WoW World Championship. Tormenta kicks Penelope Pink off into the opposite corner, and somehow Tormenta able to save herself in this matchup.
She's showing why she's a champion. Nigel coming back from that back injury, and now, oh baby, I thought we had the 3 count right there.
Inverted style DDT, the adrenaline running. The gold is on the line. These things are keeping Tormenta up and running, not to mention having the heart of a champion, David.
No doubt about it, Nigel. As we're outside here under the bright lights of Fremont Street in Las Vegas, and that you can feel the sprinkles in the air. We're gonna keep the action going. We're not gonna stop the action for a little sprinkles and a little rain. And there, the reigning champion herself, Tormenta on the apron, gives a boot to Penelope Pink.
Penelope Pink and both Tormenta in very dangerous territory. Forearm shots now being traded from the champion, the challenger, and Tormenta gets the upper hand. This is a hell of a world title match, David.
You got that right, and I don't know how Tormenta is continuing. Oh my! That swift kick went right into the nose of Tormenta.
Geez, I think her knee connected right there. And whoa! What a cannonball from the outside, or rather to the outside from the apron of the challenger, Penelope Pink.
And both competitors are down. Penelope Pink, it seems, is also hurt from doing that maneuver. The champion still grabbing to the back. Nigel, I don't know how she's doing it.
A battle of 2 of the best superheroes, whether you like Penelope Pink or not, by the way, that we have had here. And these 2 are both champion caliber athletes. What a matchup this has been for the fans here in Las Vegas and watching all around the globe, David.
Both competitors could be counted out. Tormenta checking her teeth, blood dripping. Now she's being tossed under the bottom rope by Penelope Pink. She just made the count.
Penelope Pink now covering Tormenta, the champion, and Tormenta kicks out. Penelope Pink rolled Wild World Champion Tormenta back in the ring because you cannot win that title on a countout, David. Doesn't happen that way, and Penelope Pink knows that.
Tormenta will take on any competitor as the champion. She could add Santana Garrett. Santana taken out by that mirror.
Both competitors thinking the same thing.
Classmaster then, through the chicanery of Lana Starr, with Santana being taken out, gained that victory over the Classmaster. And here we have it, the main event tonight, fans. This is the master plan for Lana Starr to gain the championship back on her mantle and have it shared with the tag team championship titles that Miami Sweet Heat hold.
They're at 7 now, David. We got 3 more seconds, and referee Julio Rodriguez says no. Both competitors back up on the feet. Clothesline attempt from Penelope Pink, and now Tormenta charges.
Oh, baby. Oh, did you see that, Nigel? She went for the roll, but the back again. But Tormenta's giving it her all.
And that's a receipt from the cannonball to the outside. Tormenta! Tormenta! So close to retaining the Wild World Championship. So close. Lana Starr looking exasperated on the outside of the ring.
Julio Rodriguez now checking on Penelope Pink. Penelope Pink now seemingly injured, like Tormenta was easier, but she gets to her feet quickly. She gets to her feet and she puts a right jab to the forehead of Tormenta. Penelope Pink now climbing the ropes, Nigel.
Penelope Pink was able to scout that Meteora just in enough time, and now battling it up on that top turnbuckle. These two competitors. I don't know about that back of Tormenta. If Penelope Pink is able...
No!
This could be new champion. The back of Tormenta has been injured in the early goings of this matchup. She hung in, but that could be enough, David.
How could their backs take such punishment from the top rope to the mat? Tormenta and Penelope Pink, no matter who wins this, no matter who wins it, proving why they are both wild champions of the ring.
Pink with the cover, could this be it? No! Tormenta hangs on to the Wild World Championship.
One arm wasn't gonna be able to do it, no way, baby. Lana Starr frustrated, wondering what it's gonna take for Penelope Pink to gain this victory tonight. Julio Rodriguez counting again as the competitors rise to their feet.
One of the most competitive title matches we have seen in quite some time for the Wild World title. And now the driver from Tormenta.
This is it.
Both legs hooked, and no, oh my, the look of surprise on Tormenta's face and the faces of the fans here sitting ringside, David.
Penelope Pink using the full weight of her back to gain the leverage to pop both legs out from that pin.
Tormenta going up top, possibly for a signature maneuver. Could we see the Meteora?
They're running on empty, and this is incredible what Tormenta's doing.
Pink has...
Oh, no! The referee was in the way. The referee.
He wasn't in the way, David. Penelope Pink pulled him into it.
Well, exactly right. You're right, Nigel. And now Penelope Pink gives a boot and a kick to the champion. Lana Starr is trying to get Rodriguez awakened. Rodriguez is in pain. You can see the anguish on his face.
Of course he is. Pink looking for the pinfall.
Julio Rodriguez is shaking. Penelope Pink tried to gain the victory. Tormenta broke out of that possible pin, though. Rodriguez shifting his weight, looking at the action. Lana's up on the ring. She's got the mirror. She's got the
That
mirror.
same mirror that took out Santana Garrett. Double underhook. Penelope
Oh,
Pink.
speaking of Garrett, look who's coming in. She inverts the use of the mirror. Santana Garrett has taken out Lana Star. Lana was unable to use the mirror on Tormenta, the champion. Santana taunting Penelope Pink. Tormenta with the kick to the gut.
Tormenta now hooks up the